Hi, this is Tapcat. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. This is officially part 1, but we did do a part 0. Now, if you're looking for the cutscenes or the walk into town, they're in part 0, but I also use that as an opportunity to do a fairly in-depth explanation of how combat works and just some of the real basics of the game. So if you already are well familiar with it, you probably don't want to go back and watch a half hour of that. But it's there if you want it. Now, we are ready to have our first expedition into a dungeon. So we only have one choice. There's not a lot to consider here. Before we go, I do want to point out I renamed the Plague Doctor as Shazworth and the Vestal as Molly. So these are names submitted by subscribers. And we will continue to do that throughout this playthrough. The only two characters I am not going to rename are the original two, Renaud and Dismas. And the reason I'm doing that is there's actually an achievement if I bring these two on one of the darkest dungeons at the very end of the game. And this way I can actually remember which ones they are. So, okay, with that out of the way, we're ready to go to the ruins. And so let's get our provisions for this trip. I'm going to bring a couple extra holy waters. We will bring a stack of food. 2 shovels is probably enough. I'll bring 1 herbs, a few keys, and a stack of torches. Do I want just a couple of more? I think I do. I don't really want to run out of torches. Not on this run. We are definitely not strong yet. So, yeah, as I talked about in part 0, at this point in the game, we can't unlock any of our other abilities. It's just the 4 we start with. And that can be kind of challenging because the ones we got aren't necessarily the ones I would have chosen. Now, let's go ahead and move to the next room. We didn't get any scouting, so we could hit a trap or anything, which is always a little scary.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
I will be trying to keep our torchlight pretty much maxed out. And by the way, if you notice that some of the guys look a little different than they normally would, like you don't typically have a blonde Vestal, and this color is a little different for the Crusader and so forth. I am using some mods to give us a little bit more options as far as the outfits people wear, but nothing that affects gameplay. All right, we need to attack these guys. So I am going to go ahead and just use his melee attack. Now, there is a bleed chance with this, but it is not going to work against skeletons at all. Okay, and then we will go ahead, because again, this won't do bleed damage, but I don't need to. I just need to finish wrecking that guy. Now, can I stun him? I sure can, so let's try. And the nice thing is it does do a little bit of damage. And my Crusader tends to do, 15% more damage versus Unholy, which of course this is. So I have an excellent chance to just finish him right here. Like so. Boom. Thanks for the cash, boys. I'll take the extra shovel, and we can always use some more deeds. My top priority right now is upgrading the stagecoach, and we need more deeds for that. So it's definitely welcome.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Indeed. I want to keep... Okay, so we have a fight coming up. We surprised them, which is nice. I wish I could attack her. I'm going to go ahead and use a plague grenade because I want to take her out as quickly as I possibly can. And if I can, I'll stun her. Yeah, I'm kind of going all in on her. That stress damage is just not what I want to see. Stun? Yeah. Okay, so we've just about got her settled. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to use a stunning blow here as well. If all goes well, yeah, so only one of them will be able to attack this turn. Now, she's going to die on her next turn, so basically, I don't even need to worry about her. She didn't get to take a single action. She does stress damage, and I try to avoid that at all costs. So, I think that I will use this. Now, for those of you not familiar with the game, there's some really good information in here. So even though I don't get to take advantage of bleed against these guys, this attack only has a minus 15% damage modifier. This one has 25%. So this will do more damage even without the bleed. So for somebody who just wants to finish off a skeleton, such as myself, it was the better choice. Now, I will go ahead and just do a straight up attack here as well. Yep, and there she goes. Now, I'm going to stun him. I could kill him, but I don't actually want to. And the reason is I want to get a chance to heal my Crusader before the end of this fight. So it wasn't as good a heal as I would have hoped, but I'll live with it. He'll still have more health going into the next fight than he would have if I'd have just killed that thing. And that is definitely one of the things that you want to try to do. Let me go ahead and top off my light. You want to take advantage of things like that. And here we get some scouting. Alright, so this layout is slightly awkward because if I try to do a loop, no matter which way I do it, we will be doing some doubling back. So that's fine. I'll go ahead and come over to this. Actually, do I want to do that? I don't think I do. Let me come back this way. We're going to go up north first. Alright. What kind of curio is waiting for us? Wonderful. So he's a kleptomaniac. Yeah, that's not good. So I need to try to get rid of that at the first opportunity. And I certainly will. In Radiance, may we find... Fortunately, we probably didn't need the key. And if he had to steal gold, 25 is a number I can definitely live with. Okay, same drill as before. Oh, I missed. Alright, that hurts. Well, I hope you don't. Alright, that's pretty good. We just took more than half her health. Yeah, the bleed's not great, but it's not a big deal. Yep, this is why I want to take her out quick. I don't want to take, you know, upwards of 20 stress damage a turn. That's really not good for me. Let's try to stun this brawler. Beautiful. So there's a couple ways I could go here. I could try to stun her, or I could heal one of these guys. I am going for the stun. Oh man, 2 dodges in a row. Ugh, yeah, that sucks for me. This bleed is only 1 damage around, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to focus on her. Alright. Let me do this, because this will be lethal damage for her. Not necessarily instantly, but when her turn comes around. And then I'm doing damage to the other 2 as well. And we actually did get lethal instantly on her, which I'm more than fine with. Alright, let's work on him. And, you know, he does do extra damage against these guys, and honestly, he could do 6 in his sleep anyway. So instead of going for the stun, we'll just finish him. I mean, I love stuns, but a kill is better. I think just objectively better. There are actually circumstances where you want to keep the 2 guys in that front rank alive. We'll talk about that another time. So in that instance, a stun would be better. Alright, gimme some of that sweet loot, please. Nice. More heirlooms. We got a lot of upgrading to do back at the Hamlet. I mean, a lot of upgrading. So here we come to our first trap. And I think the only one, yeah, so he has a 90% chance. Everybody else just has an abysmal chance. So we'll go ahead and do this. I would have liked to have used my Plague Doctor because she has the highest stress. And when you disarm a trap, you do, you know, get stress healed. So that's nice, but... Okay, hold on. Before we go any farther, let me eat some food. Get a little healing action going. I think I'm actually going to eat a couple of more. I may have been a little greedy there because, well, we are getting close to the end. It's fine. Yep. Traps will get you when you, your guys don't scout. Wow, our stress is at 52. At 100, bad things happen. And at 200, you die. But this fountain is going to help us with that. Alright, let me do this. Oh, he resisted. What's this resist? It's only 10%. So I believe we had a 90% chance. We just missed it. Just unlucky. It happens. This game isn't all about RNG, but it is somewhat about RNG. You know, it's just part of the game. Alright, so we shut that guy down for a turn. Now, let's see if we can put this guy on ice. I probably won't finish him. Yeah, not even close. Yeah, I had a 90% chance, but we'll try it again. The sucky thing is he's got 1 health left, which means he still gets to attack. Awesome. That's why I try to kill him as quick as I can. If we'd have gotten that first blight, he wouldn't have gotten that attack off. But it is what it is. Alright. I don't have the group heal, so she is the one with the lowest health, I believe. Yep. But that guy's going to die, so let's protect him. These skeletons won't be able to attack her, but they will be able to attack my highwaymen. Yeah. I did minimum damage. That was the only way that thing could stay alive. This is actually kind of ugly here. I'm not in good shape as far as, you know, going into the next fight. I'm at low health kind of all the way around. And now he's gonna smack somebody? No, I'm not gonna give him a chance if I can help it. Okay, so I am gonna take this chance to do some healing. Oh, nice. Nice. We even got a little bit of a stress heal out of it. Alright, finish him, I guess. Alright, well, I'm going to use one of my holy waters on this fountain. I didn't mean to use him. I meant to use my Vestal. Because it was going to give us a stress heal, and she is the most stressed. So, well, I screwed that up. Let's go ahead and come over here. I want to grab this Curio. I am more than a bit annoyed with myself that I did that, though.
For a task well performed.
Alright, I'm going to move forward because moving backwards increases your stress. And I have a couple of people who are sufficiently stressed that I would prefer not to do that. So now we'll just come back here, and since we're walking forward, that won't happen. I won't take that extra stress damage.
The match is struck. A blazing
So there's only 2
star.
rooms in the whole dungeon left. One of them will get us to 90%, so we can leave after that if we choose to. And I probably won't unless something really bad happens in that fight. I will want to explore the entire dungeon, try to get some extra loot. Oh boy. Okay, so we got a couple of guys. At least he's not a klepto. And since I got some extra food, I'm going to go ahead and heal up a little bit again. Let's see. Ah, alright. Now they're forcing me to eat. Alright, well that was anticlimactic. But there is another room we can explore, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So, let's see what there is to see. And I'll top off the
The way
torch.
is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Yep. Is there going to be even anything in here? Yes, I would call that something. Good, more stress. Well, maybe it wasn't bad that I took him down to 0 coming into this fight after all. Okay, well, since there's 2 guys back here, this is an easy one for me. I'm going to go Plague Grenade. I certainly want both of them dead. Wow, another one. He only had a 10% chance, but he got it. Okay, he'll die next turn, actually. So that it doesn't matter that we left him with 1 health. The Blight will kill him. Man, I got to try to shut somebody down here with a stun. Well, this is getting a little ugly. Don't hurt me. Okay, who's got the lowest health? Actually, my Highwayman, so we'll boost him up a bit. Alright, so I don't need to worry about that guy and his stress damage anymore. But I would like to kill him, so I'm thinking we just do that. Alright, he didn't resist this time. Awesome. Awesome. Dodges feel so good when you get them. Okay, so what's he at? Wonderful. He has 5 health and the Blight will do 4. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use Judgment because that will do the damage that'll make this lethal and it'll give her a self-heal, which she needs. So, beautiful. And because she got the crit, she even got a stress heal. I mean, that's talk about the best case scenario. Alright, come on. There we go. Nice. These dodges are pretty clutch.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Well, now the fight gets pretty simple. We just want to drop these clowns as fast as we can. Actually, I'm going to do this. It'll finish him, and we'll even get some damage in on the other guy. Nice. You know what? I like the stun here, I think. Beautiful. And basically, everybody else can just wail on this clown. In fact, yeah, I was going to say, he'll probably just finish him.
Success so clearly in view.
Okay.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I should be able to carry all this. I'll just get rid of my shovel. We aren't sticking around. We're all good to go. So how much sweet loot? So I'm going to end up with 7,400 gold total. I got 8 deeds out of here too, which is nice because that's what we were short on for our next stagecoach upgrade. Alright, what kind of quirks are we looking at? Dipsomania, he wants the booze. But he does get extra stress healing when that happens. He gets a bonus against beasts. That'll help us in the Warrens. And anyway, yeah, so you get the idea. Sweet. Honestly, the thing right now is we just need to get a bunch of guys leveled up past level 0. We are quite weak, of course. So going on that first mission gives you, unlocks the Tavern and the Abbey. Notice this is week 2. So the deal is every single time you go on a quest, 1 week, it advances the game by 1 week in time. So even if we went there and immediately left, that would still be a week. Now, we're going to come back into the stagecoach. We got 3 new people. I'm probably just going to take all of them. But before I do, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and make the barracks bigger first. Once I get some more deeds, what am I at 4? I could trade some of this stuff, but you kind of lose, along the way when you do that. I don't really want to. Not at this stage of the game. The antiquarian will help us get more gold later. So I'm not going to go in on another dungeon. We're going to go ahead and leave it here. I will rename these 3 after more subscribers from the list. But what did they say? Oh, right. The Tavern unlocked and the Abbey. So if we wanted to, we could try to take advantage of the stress heal. Now, let me see. How much does she have? 48. I'll be honest, I am kind of tempted because, 48 and 49, that's kind of a lot. The problem is it's also expensive, doing this. So what I'll probably try to do is squeak through 1 more dungeon with each of these guys, so that when I put them in, I'll kind of get full value out of it. Because you can have more than 50 healed in a single visit. Now, just let's take a look before we go at what options we have. So unlike this time where we only had 1 dungeon to choose from, now we have 4. And what I'll probably do is look at, the rewards. So we can get gold, crests, and a drifter's buckle. Any chance of getting deeds out of one of these? Yeah, see, that's pretty tempting to me. And the solar crown at this stage of the game wouldn't be a bad trinket to pick up. It's a long dungeon though. We'd have to camp, but you know what? That's okay. One of the things I'm trying to accomplish with this playthrough is to use it as a little bit of a tutorial for people who are unfamiliar with the game. So what the heck, showing you a little bit longer dungeon early on, that's not necessarily the worst thing. We'll think about it and I guess make a final decision when we come back. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope we see you next time.